Hey guys, what's up? It's Catrice, and we are finishing up the final chapter in the book club. Finish What You Start, Mr. Peter Hollins, Chapter 8, Daily Systems for Success. I don't know that I have read any of the chapter titles and been more mindfully motivated, because when I read Daily Systems for Success, I read action. I read progress. I read winning. I don't know about you, but I am always trying to make my systems better. I think that if you have a great system, if you have a great routine, it takes away some of the decision fatigue, which we talked about in chapter 7. It takes away so much of the unnecessariness, and it just gets me right in track to doing what I'm supposed to do for the day so that I can be successful. Systems, they are so crucial. If you don't have any systems in place, this is the chapter for you. Let's dive into it. Page 171 here. And I'm gonna skip over the story of Ned. Although the story of Ned is a good story, I'm gonna jump straight to the fact that he took on too much at once, because I think that is the most relatable thing in this chapter. He took on way too much at one time, and in that he was trying to accomplish so many things in one day that he couldn't. Got overwhelmed. It was just too much. And so the author says that we have this willpower, we have this self-discipline, but you also have a maximum. You're not going to be able to push yourself over the maximum amount that you can do. You just can't. You cannot do everything. What you can do is make sure that you have a system or a routine that is in place that makes you feel comfortable and confident about the things that you can do for the day, the things that have to get done for the day, so that when you have finished the day, you roll over and you're just like, okay, well, that is what I set myself up to do today. That is what I was able to complete today, and I'm happy about the completion of those things. The author says the key to a good system is to work on progress and consistency in your life, as opposed to just working on the goals. A system is a set of actions that you consistently perform every day in order to streamline yourself to success. And he goes out on a limb to say that a system will carry you through every single goal that you set. I can't even agree more with a statement. We get tired, we get overwhelmed, we get distracted, all those things. But we all have systems. At least I'm making the assumption we all have systems. We all have a routine that we do when we get up in the morning, when we're getting ready for work, or if we're getting ready for school, or when we get home in the afternoon, when we're getting ready for bed. There's usually a system, a routine that we have that keeps our brain from having to overthink any situations. We just know what it is we're supposed to be doing. And so if you have a system in place for your goal, whether or not it's finishing school, writing a book, traveling somewhere, whatever system you have in place is also going to allow you to take actionable steps every single day to achieving that goal. One of the things the author says that we should do is keep a scoreboard, and I thought this was so fun. If you're a competitive person, this is for you. You're going to be keeping track of the things that you are doing, because there's this thing that he says, and I thought it was very interestingly put, but true. But maybe because I was involved in sports as a youth, but I think that we all feel the same way. People play differently when they are keeping score. And there is a difference between somebody who is playing to win and somebody who is playing to lose. And he also says that if you're not playing to win, or if you're not playing to lose, then you're just practicing. And we don't have time for you to keep practicing with your goals. We're gonna need you to make some decisions. We're gonna need you to get on with it. We're gonna need to decide that you're going to win. He says if you want to be on track with making sure that you are winning, then you could have a whiteboard or a check-off list, and every time you get to a goal, every time you do something right, check that off. It releases those endorphins. It makes us excited. It makes us motivated. And we continue to do that because we continue to live for the next time that we can check something off our list. It's exciting. Also, he says when you come across things that you're doing well or you're checking off of your list, to celebrate those times. Again, it's going to release those endorphins. It makes us happy. It makes us excited. It makes us motivated to get a chance to celebrate something else the next time we complete something off our list. And then, of course, once we get to the end, the big grand finale, to give yourself an ultimate reward. Now, usually, if you're completing a goal, that is a reward. But on top of that, so much hard work. You overcame so many obstacles. You did the impossible. You finished what you started. You deserve to take yourself out for ice cream or a girls' night out or whatever. You deserve it. And it is, again, the added motivation for you to be able to start something new. Because something else that the author mentioned in here is that you want to make sure that your goals just don't end at the goals. Because the goal is going to be completed one day. So smart. But life is still going to move forward. So understanding this goal is a big deal. This is exciting. But there are going to be more goals. And I want to be able to finish those goals too. Let's bounce back. Time management is another tactic that we all need to make sure that we care to. Time management might be the hardest thing and the easiest thing all wrapped up into one, because we understand that we only have so many hours in the day. We can waste some of those hours in the day. So we just need to be really alert to what we're doing and how we're divvying up our time so that each thing that we want to do has its space. I think I've already mentioned in earlier videos that I've timed myself so I know how long it takes for me to do a lot of the mundane tasks in my house. So when I go to set up my day, set up my weekend, I can set it up maximally so that I can do all the things that I need to do as well as rest and relax, which is what my weekends are for. He also says that you should never feel hectic or stressed with a good time management system. So he also encourages you to time yourself doing these tasks so you know how to best set your time up, your day up, your week, and that you're not overestimating or underestimating, which is the worst of that. The next thing he says is to lower your transaction costs. A transaction cost is an economic term for the cost you must expend to be in the market. And a transaction cost, when your goal is concerned, it could be monetary, it could be emotional, or it could be physical. So you just want to make sure that you're making it harder to do the things that are going to get in the way of you being successful, and make it easier on you to do the things that are going to move you in the direction of your goals. Easy. I love the example in the book as well. He talks about if you're on a diet and you want to eat brownies, or maybe you're a smoker and you're trying to kick that habit, he says you want to make the transaction cost high. So if you have the cigarettes and you want to stop smoking, you put those cigarettes as far away from you as you can put them. You have to travel down 10 flights of stairs, walk to your car in 3 feet of snow in order for you to obtain the pack of cigarettes and for you to have the smoke. Again, he's not saying that you can't do it. He's saying make the transaction cost high, so that when I look at it, I look and I say, I'm not walking down 10 flights of stairs through 10 feet, 3 feet of snow to my car for a pack of cigarettes. That's ridiculous. It's cold outside. I wore high heels today. I'm not doing that. Like, I'm walking back to my car once today through the snow, not several times. The next thing the author says when it comes to systems is to make sure that you have the information you need to be successful. So obviously, change the scenery. We're inside now. My camera says it's too hot to be outside, so we're gonna just finish up inside. And I want to talk about the next thing the author was mentioning, and that's gathering all the information first. And this is so important because if you don't have what it is you need to start, you're going to start, stop, the entire way through, which is going to tremendously slow you down from achieving your goal. And you don't want that. So make sure that you have what you need. Now, in an earlier chapter, we talked about the importance of getting started somewhere outside of your comfort zone. This is not that. This is making sure that as you are moving forward, you have all the tools necessary to be successful. For example, if I were going to clean the bathroom today, I don't just go into my bathroom like empty-handed and say, ooh, I think I'm gonna clean the bathroom today. I have a caddy of stuff that has all of my cleaners, products, sponges, rags, dusters in it, so that as I'm going to clean the bathroom, I can get in and out of there in 10 minutes, which is my goal. My goal is to go in and I want to be a professional housemaid and I want to be done in 10 minutes. I don't want to be in the bathroom longer than that. If I have to go get the glass cleaner and then I have to go get the duster and then I have to go get the tub stuff and then I have to go get the toilet stuff. No, I don't have time for all that. It's all in the caddy. I bring it in, I put it down, bada bing, bada boom. It's done because I have all the information. I've gathered all of my resources, all of my tools first. The author references Carrie Patterson's book, Crucial Conversations. And in that, they give us some additional thoughts on what is necessary when it comes to making sure that you have what you need to be successful. So one of those things, assign responsibility, make sure you know who is responsible for what, specify your desired outcome and expectations, make sure everybody knows exactly where we're going, exactly what we're doing, and exactly what the outcome should be. Determine the deadline so that we all, again, know when we are going to have this task completed. And if this is a solo goal for you, cool. You still need to know what you're responsible for, what the desired outcome is, and what your deadlines are. These are going to be the things that are necessary for you to be successful at, that's right, finishing what you start. And then the last thing from that recommendation of the book from Miss Patterson is have a follow-up plan. And I mentioned this in the last video because I thought it was so good, and I know I jumped ahead, but I'm glad I get to say it again. And she says that you don't want to think of your current goal as the finish line. As much as we're going to celebrate that, as much as you're going to be excited, as much as you're going to be proud of yourself, and we want all of those things, just understand that your current goal is exciting, but life does go on after you've reached that goal. The author says to also consider the following things. You want to make sure you gather your physical resources, identify obstacles. This is going to help you because you are going to encounter obstacles. That is how life works. You don't have to worry about the obstacles. You don't have to overthink the obstacles, but you do have to be aware that obstacles, they're on the way. And in knowing some things that could potentially be on the way, we are prepared for those things and we are prepared to succeed either way. Now, one of the things that I always have going in my mind is I don't care what the obstacle is, I'm still going to make it to the end goal. I'll just have to figure it out along the way. I know for a lot of people, it's helpful to have these conversations about what the obstacles could be. And again, that is going to help you prepare for those as your group or yourself is moving toward finishing what you start. I can't believe it. Only a few more things from this chapter left. The author says that if you have the things that you need before you get started, you could have saved yourself so much time, so much stress, so much heartache, and not to do that to yourself. Daily systems streamline work and cut down on the amount of willpower that you require to plug into life. We know that our willpower can be a little bit finicky. It's important that we have it, but we really want to hold on to our willpower for times that we need it, not when we're trying to trample through things or make it through things that we could have put a system in place for, or that we could have put some other tactic in place for, so that we could save our willpower for when it's necessary. You can avoid failure in your life by using systems to implement efficiency and forward progress. And then he says, don't be a Ned. Use the daily systems to prepare yourself to success. And that is all of this book, Finish What You Start. So good. Make sure that you have a strong system in place and a good support system in place. I know I didn't mention that in the book, but we have our actual systems and we should have our strong support systems as well. I hope that you have enjoyed going through this book with me. I know that I have enjoyed it. It's actually quite a surprise, a pleasant surprise that I've enjoyed the book so much. It is and has reignited my passions for finishing some of the things that I have on my plate and the things that have been tormenting my mind. So if you have some of those things, drop them below. Or if you set a goal at the beginning of this and you completed it, I want to know about it. Will you drop that down in the comments? And drop any book recommendations in the comments as well. And that's it for me, for the book club for now. But I'll have more videos. So hopefully I'll see you in the next confidence brew. All right, take care. Bye.